A live look now at our major airports this morning, because today we expect a more clear picture of how the year started for our local airlines, American and Southwest. It was bumpy across the board, with a partial government shutdown causing issues for TSA staffing for weeks.
Making for long lines like the ones behind us, a lot of issues for airlines and travelers alike. Richard Solomon is live at Love Field this morning. Richard, up bright and early with us on Daybreak as we are already seeing some Q1 numbers. Richard.
Yeah, good morning to you guys. So we're getting a better idea at how our hometown airlines are doing so far this year. Later this morning, we're expected to learn the first quarter earnings for American Airlines, but we just learned how Southwest Airlines is doing so far. The Dallas-based company actually reported signs of progress even after that controversial seating change earlier this year. Southwest brought in about $7.2 billion in revenue in its first quarter, and yes, that is a record for the company. It hasn't all been smooth, though. The airline says higher jet fuel costs tied to global tensions are cutting into those gains, and because of that uncertainty, the airline is holding off on updating its full year outlook. Now, as you mentioned, all this comes as those TSA staffing shortages amid the partial government shutdown earlier this year, which caused delays and long TSA lines at airports across the country, including Houston and in Austin. Now, as for Fort Worth-based American Airlines, they're expected to release their earnings around 9 this morning. They've seen strong demand, but just like Southwest, they're experiencing rising costs that could impact your summer travel plans, according to experts. So, of course, we'll keep you updated on those numbers once we get them in. For now, live at Dallas Love Field this morning, I'm Richard Solomon. Back to you in studio.
All right. Thank you so much, Richard. A possible $500 million bailout deal from the federal government could keep Spirit Airlines up and running. Sources tell CNN the deal would include the federal government taking a stake in the airline, which has been struggling to make money since the pandemic. That money would help Spirit finish its latest bankruptcy reorganization and keep it from becoming the first major U.S. airline in 25 years to fully shut down over financial trouble. President Donald Trump has said that he supports this deal. ABC News correspondent and anchor Whit Johnson will join us with more on what you can expect at the airport this summer, coming up at 6:30 on Daybreak.